Today I'm going to show you how to make a big, bold, organic style balloon column using just 2 balloon sizes and a few foils. As you can probably tell, this column is a setup for a school, so I wanted to make it really brightly colored, but also durable, and it has to stand up amongst like all of the kids that might be passing it by and things like that. And it has to be eye-catching, something that's really going to stand out and invoke the school spirit. So, if this sounds like something you'd like to make, then keep watching. To make this column really big and audacious, I'm using only large balloons. So that's 16-inch or 18-inch, depending on which brand you have. And because I like to keep it simple, all my clusters are the same size, clusters of 6 balloons. I'm going to start building out my clusters, and if you want to see a detailed step-by-step tutorial, watch this video right here. It's going to be very helpful for you. Taking my 6 balloons and inflating them in pairs. And then I want to round them out on a flat surface or with my hands to make sure that they don't have a pear shape and they have more of like a globe rounded shape. Then I'll take my 2 necks just like this and tie them around each other. And when I'm done, I'll have a perfect pair. I'll do the same thing with my remaining 4 balloons and then tie all 3 pairs together until I have a nice round cluster. I'm using 5 colors total, so I'm going to make 4 more clusters of different colors the exact same way. Adding 5-inch fillers is going to make your column more dynamic. I am taking my 5-inch balloons and inflating them in pairs to exactly 5 inches. And I'm using my sizer to make sure they're perfectly symmetric because I think this is gonna, even though it's an organic garland, I think having symmetric fillers really elevates the look. And I'll link this sizer below in case you want to give it a try for yourself. After sizing and tying my dupes, I'm going to take 2 pair and twist them together into a mini quad. And you'll want to do about 2 of these mini filler quads for each color cluster that you have. Now it's time to start building out the base of our column. So because all of our balloon clusters are the same size, which are 6 large balloons inflated to various sizes, this will be pretty straightforward. Because you don't have to worry about how and where each cluster will fit together because they're all the same and we're just going straight up. Well, not necessarily straight, left to right a little bit because we want to give it some shape. This is an organic column, but it's straight up more or less. Next, I'm adding in my 5-inch fillers, like I said, about 2 per color block, and I tie those in by the neck too. And if you want to see how to do that, I have another video that kind of goes a little bit into detail. You can click that and watch it and then just come right back to this video. So I'm doing this foil in a bobo balloon design just to add a little something different, and I'll show you how I did it. I took my bobo balloon. You have to stretch these out really, really well. That way the bobo balloon inflates into a full circle. So if you see what I'm doing, I'm just pulling it apart. It's not really going to rip as long as you don't go too hard. And you want to pull it apart all over the entire surface area of the balloon until the whole thing looks a little bit crinkly. Then to stretch it out even more, you're going to inflate it and deflate it a couple of times. I'll say like 2 or 3 times. And just if you have a wide neck, wrap it around the nozzle just like that so no air escapes. And just inflate it until you see all of the wrinkles and the seam disappear. And that's how you know it's pretty much well inflated. And then like I said, deflate it because now you're going to put in your foil balloon. I chose this adorable little apple to go inside our bobo because I don't know, I saw the face and I thought it was just so cute. So what I'm doing is I'm rolling up the foil balloon because this is how we're going to insert it into the bobo balloon. We're going to roll it up just like this and then insert it into the neck of the bobo balloon. I think I rolled it too tight, so I had to loosen it up. You don't want to roll it too tight because then it will be hard to unroll once it's inside. So just kind of roll it loosely, but small enough to where it fits inside the neck of the bobo balloon. Once you get your fully wrapped foil balloon inside the bobo, you want to like maneuver it around a little bit to try to unfold it just the best that you can. And you're going to make sure that the very end, the valve of the foil balloon is sticking out of the neck of the bobo balloon because that's how we're going to inflate it. Okay, and this right here is the part where I messed up. So I'm going to inflate my foil balloon by just sticking the hand pump into the valve right there. And I was pumping it without paying attention to the size or the pressure or even the space of the bubble balloon, and well, my foil balloon popped because of course it did. So I tried again using a new foil balloon, and this time I found a better way to insert it, which is like to stick it in and then just grab it with your other hand and pull it all the way up. Also, I folded it a little bit more loosely this time, and I'm going to show you how to avoid popping the balloon this time. So you're going to do the same thing. Put your hand pump into the valve and start to inflate it until it looks like it's getting tight around the bubble balloon. You don't want it too tight like last time. Then when it looks like it's almost out of space, put your bubble balloon onto your pump and re-inflate it, add some more air, and then go back with your hand pump and continue to inflate the foil balloon. Once your foil balloon is inflated, then you can inflate your bubble balloon. That way you have that double stuffed effect where you have like the space in between the bubble balloon and the foil balloon. Next, you'll pull down the tab of the foil balloon. This is going to help it to sit straight up and not so much lean back into the balloon. And we're going to tie them all together using a 260 balloon. So I start by wrapping it around a few times. That way I can take my other hand off of it without any air leaking, and then tie a nice, really, really tight knot so no air will leak out. You know, every time I make these videos, I think about how much work is involved in these balloon setups, and it just reminds me why balloon artists really need to charge their worth. But that's just a side note. Back to the main event, we're going to add our foil balloons to the column. And what you'll do is you'll just take a 260 and roll it up on the tab of the foil balloon, just like I'm doing here. And this will kind of create an extra seal as well, but it will allow you to then attach the foil balloon to your main garland or to your main structure. So as you can see, I'm just taking the two ends of my 260 balloons and tying them around one of the main balloons and just repositioning it however you want it on your balloon structure. In this case, I thought it would look cool sticking outward, so that's exactly what I did. Because this is a column and I needed to stand up in a public space, I'm using these column stands. I love these column stands because they're adjustable height. They go from maybe like 2 or 3 feet all the way up to maybe like 8. I don't really know, but I'm gonna link this below so you could see for yourself, and they're very affordable. So you just put that on just like this, and then you can either build on this column. You can also use this stand for centerpieces, but that's another tutorial. And you can make it as tall or as short as you would like. I'm not gonna make this the whole height of my column. I'm actually gonna make it a little bit shorter just to provide support to the base, but I'm gonna let the top be like a little bit more freestanding. And you'll definitely wanna use a water weight, they come with this, water weights come with this. You'll definitely wanna use one to make sure that it doesn't fall over. If you followed this technique step by step, you should have a final product that looks something like this. A big dimensional organic balloon column. It's durable with those 18-inch balloons, so it's gonna hold up in almost any setting. It's on theme with our foil add-ins. It's very practical because the whole construction is pretty straightforward. And I think it can be like an eye-catching and memorable statement piece for your next event. If you want more step-by-step tutorials on learning the basics of making balloon installations, then I suggest you watch this video here or this video. I think they're gonna be very helpful for you. In the meantime, feel free to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you can be caught up on the next video I drop as soon as it comes out. In the meantime, peace.